A fan question came in. I even told these guys, I'm like, I couldn't wait to ask you. What is it like having Carson Hocevar as a teammate? And be honest with us, he's not here.
I already have 5 kids, so it's like having a 6th.
Carson, come on up.
We're gonna do dynamic.
Yeah, why not? Michael McDowell, Carson Hocevar, everybody. Does that help both of you, though, as teammates being the yin and the yang?
Well, I think we talked about it before. He's just got to do him. You know, what makes him work, right? And for me, I run better on the track when I study and I prep and I do my process, right? That's why I establish my process. So I don't ever say, hey, you need to do it how I do it, because how he's doing it is working, right? You just got to find your rhythm and what works for you, even though we go about it very differently. So, you know, he's obviously like super loose and kind of laid back, and I'm very like detailed, but when he goes out there, he does his job well, right? So it's not like he's not prepared. So we just go about it differently.
I got it, ready to go.
The Thunderbirds were flying around here the last couple days. I'm sure you guys have heard them. Have you guys ever been up in the Thunderbirds? And Chase, if you have, what was that like, being a pilot and having somebody else fly you around?
Yeah, I did. It's been 10 years ago, which is crazy. But yeah, it was 16 is my rookie year, and incredible experience. You know, those guys, unbelievable at what they do. They make it look really easy, and those airplanes are not easy to fly. They're really cool. And I remember we took off and we went. You know, you're at sea level down here, obviously, and went straight to 10,000 feet, just straight up. It was unbelievable, but those airplanes are incredible, and those guys really good at what they do. So I'd love to do it again sometime if I ever get a chance.
Kyle, how about you? Have you ever done it?
I also did my rookie year, 2014, and I didn't have as enjoyable an experience. I got real sick, so.
So the bag came out literally?
I was more bummed than anything because I was like extremely excited about it. I don't really get motion sickness or car sick or anything. So I was like, man, I'm gonna crush this, you know. I can't wait to feel what 9 Gs feels like. And we got up there and did a couple flips, and I don't know, you felt, but like the cabin or whatever is like all glass, so you could just see everything, and just the horizon like flipping, it got me tripped out. Yeah, we cruised around for a little bit, just so I could maybe, I don't know, get over it, and I was like, man, just take me back. And I was gonna make it, and we were coming into land, and like last second, it cut across the track here, and that messed me up, and so I landed, and yeah, I had to get the bag out.
There was a point, and he could say, early December, I was in the shop, and I was like, we are truck racing, right? And he's like, yeah, why? I was like, there's no trucks in here yet. So what they've done in the past, like, month and a half to be able to build 5 trucks, put 5 teams together, I mean, and Jay Haley had a shot to win that thing until he ran out of fuel at the end of the race. So it was, it's pretty special.
I have the best story about Tony Stewart. You'd love to listen to this. I was done for the night. And I don't know if you know this or not, but entertainment's pretty hard. It's harder than winning the Daytona 500, I think.
Oh my God.
So I was done. I go in my motorhome. They're all in my motorhome, and everybody's in there. We're just sitting there talking. I take my shoes off, and the door slings open. And it's Tony Stewart at 11:15 at night. He's still in his fire suit. He's got a helmet. And I looked at him and I said, come on in. He came in, I said, you want a beer? He says, do I look like I don't drink beer? So we gave him a beer, and he sat down, and I'm like, you do know the race was over like 2.5 hours ago, right? And he's like, yeah. Literally, he still had his fire suit on, had a helmet on, and he goes, no, I'm going to give this helmet to the CEO of Ram, Tim Kuniskis. And Tim Kuniskis come walking back down. He presented Tim Kuniskis with his helmet from that night. We have videos, we'll put it up on social channels. I still see where Tony still loves the sport. He still loves it. All the crap that he talks about and all that, that's Tony. You know, that is the thing that you want to see from somebody, and it was cool to spend a little bit of time with him. You know, all my friends, family, everybody got to see that moment, and it was actually cool, you know, just to watch him give that helmet away. And what he did for the kids in our organization, Minnie Tyrell, Daniel Dye, Butterbean Queen. Justin's not a kid, but he's actually younger than Butterbean. So he's actually, and he's shorter than Minnie. So it's a little bit crazy there. So you know, just stop.
What is with your thing with height, bud? Like, why
have hair? So
why
I
you gotta just knocking on us short people? Like,
because I don't have hair.
I mean, do you need a hug or something? Like what?
Give a tribute to Greg Biffle. Greg and I had many battles on the racetrack. There was some team meetings that were actually bigger battles off the racetrack. Like those are probably my favorite memories of me and Greg, just because there was a couple times we almost came to blows in a team meeting, and then like you think the world was ending at that second, and then like 2 minutes later, oh, your car was doing the same thing. Yeah, I had to say it, and it was like, so those are the memories that stand out. But obviously he was great on the racetrack, but we saw, more importantly, off the racetrack with everything, with the floods to start with, and that's the thing that I always find, you know, when such a tragedy happens, is like the stuff you really learn, because you saw with the floods what he's doing, then all of a sudden you start realizing everything that he's doing that he didn't talk about, or that nobody really talked about.
True humanitarian.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to do it for publicity, he was doing it from the kindness of his heart. So hopefully I can give Biff a great ride. It's special to have that 16 number on the side of the race car. Winning this race in its own right would be absolutely amazing, but to have that number with that font on the side of the car would just add that little bit more.
Yeah, when it happened, I was in shock, honestly, a little bit, right? Because we've lost so many people. We've lost Michael and Ned. You know, we lost so many people, and I was like, we as a group have to do something for the 16. So I actually text the CEO of Celsius, and I was like, we as a company want to run Greg Biffle's name. Greg Biffle didn't drive for us, so what we had NASCAR allow us to do, Greg Biffle's name is in the number. It's not on our race car, but his name is in the number, so you can, I'm sure they'll do some die casts and something like that. It's pretty special. It's the first time NASCAR's ever allowed that to happen. So in the one, if you get a good look at the 16 car sitting out on the grid, you got to kind of go that way a little bit. You can see Greg Biffle's name in there, and it was just AJ and myself and Daniel Dye and Butterbean and some other guys were flying that day, and it happened that morning. And we were flying up to Ohio, and we had that conversation, should we fly, should we not? And it was like, it was just one of those moments where you like, I didn't know Greg Biffle that well other than in the drives. I didn't work for him, I raced against him, loved his competitiveness, but I loved his off-track charitable stuff that he did. And we can do one thing to give back to Greg Biffle. We know that he's up there right now looking at us, going, thank you guys, appreciating us. He's up there fighting for whatever we got to do when we get there. And today, I hope we can take Greg Biffle to victory lane and let everyone know how good Greg Biffle was off the racetrack, plus on the racetrack.
Anyway, I'm really having a ball being here. It's just kind of like a little bit of old home week. I used to race when I was younger, and the Daytona 500 now has become this fantastic day. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a Super Bowl of races for all of us race fans, for sure. So I never knew that you grew up racing. I had read that you were a Disney actor as a young kid, and of course became, you know, this big star. But what else has been your like NASCAR experience? Have you ever been to any other NASCAR races?
Only a few. I went to Atlanta in 2016, I think it was. Went to Atlanta and saw a race. I think I saw a race in Charlotte, maybe that even longer ago than that. So today's going to be my first full load. I get to watch the whole race and get to drive the pace car, which is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully that goes well.
You know, at one time Richard Petty was driving the pace car. Do you guys remember this? And they couldn't get him off the track. He kept making circles there on radio. Richard Petty, your time is over. You know.
I took it for a spin this morning, and I think it's a Camry or something. And I pegged it. It's got 120 miles an hour. That's all it's got. So I'm not going to be doing that. I'm pulling off.
That is awesome.
be the magic in his hands. As the Thunderbirds reaches this final pass, know that we are honored to celebrate our nation's 250th birthday right here at the Great American Race. Thank you for your continued support of our nation and its military. Praise hell, praise down, and God bless America. Please welcome Nate McDowell.
This is the most American thing I've ever done in my life. Drivers, start your engine!
slide to a stop. Austin Center now is moving through the caution line section this
they signed him, this 23-11 team signed Tyler Reddick while he was under contract with a different team. They wanted him that badly knowing he had the talent, and it was working here at Daytona.
What a great fireworks show, too. Thank you, remember that. Straightaway race fans, he is not done celebrating with you just quite yet. Here it comes one more time. Checkered flag flying in the wind. Tyler Reddick, the 2026 Daytona 500 champion.